Today we are summarizing the story Animal Farm by George Orwell. One day, on a farm in a land far, far away, there is a pig named Old Major. One day, he says, "Hey everyone, come into the barn. I have something I need to tell you." So everybody crowds in close to hear what Old Major has to say. Old Major's not a young one anymore. He's getting a little older. So he looks around and he says, "In my day, I've experienced a lot of oppression from the humans. They take our eggs and just eat them. They sell our old horses to the glue factory. We've got to do something about this, everybody, or it's just going to be the humans ruling the animals forever. What we need is something called animalism. Don't let the humans keep you down forever, everybody. You've got to fight back." "But what can we do?" ask some of the animals. "That's for you to decide," says Old Major. "But right now we can sing a song called Beasts of England. Everybody sing it with me." So all of the animals join in singing, "Beasts of England, beasts of Ireland." And they all sing, and they feel pretty good about this whole concept of a revolution that they've got put in their brains. But then, while they're all singing, Farmer Jones bursts in. Hey, what's all that noise? What are you making all this racket so late at night? I was asleep. All you animals, get back to bed. Go on, get." All of the animals sheepishly kind of fade away into the night and go back to bed. They were feeling pretty good about the rebellion, but now that Farmer Jones is here, they're not so sure. But the seeds of an idea have been sown in their brains. A few years pass on the farm, and Old Major tells the animal to stand up for themselves. But because he's still, he's getting pretty old, he dies. But the vision that he gave the other pigs lives on, and animalism begins to grow in their hearts. The three pigs that were there that day heard Old Major's message of revolution are named Snowball, Napoleon, and Squealer, and they begin to huddle together and formulate animalism into concrete ideals. One day, Farmer Jones is having kind of a bad day, and he forgets to feed the animals completely. He's doing his thing, and then he goes to the pub and gets drunk, and then comes home and doesn't feed the animals at all. The animals are all super mad. And in a fit of rage, they break into the storehouses and start eating all that food because they're so hungry and they didn't get fed for a few days. Farmer Jones and his men come in and say, "Hey, what's all this? Who's breaking into the storehouse?" The animals are all like, "We are, you dirty scoundrel!" And they chase Farmer Jones and his men right off the farm. "Ah, get out of here." They're stoked that their unplanned rebellion went over without a hitch, and now they're the owners of their own farm. Hooray! All the animals are stoked that they have their own farm now. In the past, it was named Manor Farm. They christened this farm Animal Farm. The pigs step forward and say, "We've been waiting for this very day. We've been learning to read and write, and now we're going to give you guys some commandments to help our ideals of animalism get along just fine." They go to the barn wall and they write down 7 commandments. Things like, no animal shall sleep in a bed, or anything that goes on 2 legs is bad and everything that goes on 4 legs is good, or no animal shall drink alcohol. Now that the animals are free, they start working for themselves. All the animals pitch in to start harvesting all the crops. And because there are so many animals, and they're doing it for their own sake, they bring in a better harvest than the farmers ever did when they were forcing the animals to work. The chickens peck up every little speck of grain, and the goats help to pick up every single last apple, and none of them get dropped or bruised in the process. The cat doesn't do much because he's a little bit of a stinker. The real hero of the revolution is Boxer. Every day he wakes up early, and his motto becomes, "I will work harder," because he's taking care of all of the other animals, all on his own, basically. Because the pigs are the smartest, they start saying, "Hey, everybody, now that we're free, we should probably have some basic rights and things. So if you want to learn to read, we can teach you guys." And all of the other animals say, "Yeah, okay, that sounds pretty good. We could learn to read, maybe." So the pigs start teaching everybody to learn to read. But right at the start, though, this pig, Napoleon, grabs a new litter of puppies and pulls them off to the side. And everyone says, "Where did Napoleon put those puppies anyways?" Every day, all of the animals get together and sing Beasts of England, beasts of Ireland, to keep their morale high and the unity and purpose of the revolution going strong. Things are going so well on the farm that the birds start flitting around to tell all of the other farms. They say, "Hey, check it out. Animal Farm revolted against their owners and they're doing great. Hear the good news about what happened on Animal Farm." Farmer Jones is off in the corner of a pub somewhere, feeling all disgruntled. "Those stinking animals stole my farm. I want to go get it back. Who's with me?" Yeah, I guess we'll come with you. We'll get your farm back." "How hard could it be anyways? They're just animals." The farmers all come storming in. They're ready to fight to take back the farm. The animals rise up and start to fight back. Fight. Snowball and Boxer lead the charge, saying, "Forward, comrades, fellow animals, let's keep our farm safe and free from the tyranny of the humans." Snowball gets a nasty cut on his shoulder, but they're successful in driving the farmers out of the farm. When the animals come back on the farm, Snowball and Boxer are celebrated as heroes. "Thank you for driving those evil farmers away so we can keep our farm." "Here's Snowball. Here's a medal of bravery just for you because you're a war hero." As time goes on, everybody is living pretty happily on the farm. Their lives are doing pretty well, and Snowball says, "Hey everybody, our lives are doing pretty great, and I think we're ready to start doing things to improve our lives even more. Check out these plans I have for building a windmill. It's gonna be great." Napoleon comes in and says, "What on earth are you talking about? A windmill's a terrible idea. That's gonna be hard work, and nothing good's gonna come of it." They argue and fight back and forth. Is it good to build a windmill, or is it not good? Whose opinion will win out in the end? The animals all decide to put it to a vote. Just as the final vote is about to be cast, Napoleon gives a high whistle, and out jumps 3 ferocious dogs. It's the little puppies that Napoleon secretly hid away at the beginning of the rebellion, and he's been training them to be his attack dogs ever since. Napoleon sicks them on Snowball, and they chase him off the farm. After this startling discovery, Napoleon turns to everyone and says, "Hey, I know we've been having those weekly meetings where we get together and vote on everything as a community, but I think I know what's best for all of us, so I think I'm just going to be the sole leader from now on, okay? You don't want Farmer Jones to come back, do you? I am the only one who can keep him from coming back." The animals are all a little unsure what to make of this, but while they're confused, Napoleon whips out these plans for a windmill and says, "Hey everybody, by the way, I've got these cool plans for a windmill, and I know I said I opposed it when Snowball was doing it, but I've decided it's a great idea. I was secretly for it all along. I was just trying to trick Napoleon into revealing his traitorous self. And now that he's gone, we can begin plans on this windmill that I came up with, by the way, don't forget that." So the animals all start to pitch in to help build the windmill. It's extremely difficult work, and the hero, again, is Boxer, working twice as hard as everyone else, basically doing all of the manual labor for building the windmill by himself. The animals have to go to the quarry, get the stone, take it up to the top of a mountain, pull it up to the top of a hill, and then drop it off so that it falls and breaks on the ground. Then they can take it and shape it into the windmill, brick by slow, painful brick. Now that construction on the windmill has begun, Napoleon decides that they need extra materials like metal and cogs and things for building the windmill. So he contacts a man named Mr. Whymper in order to get supplies. He tells all of the other animals, "It's fine, I know we said 2 legs are bad, but I'm only dealing with just this one human, not all of them, so it's probably fine. You should listen to me, I know what's best." The animals are all a little confused, but they believe Napoleon knows what's best, so they go along with it. One night, the animals hear somebody moving around in the farmhouse. Who is that moving around in the farmhouse? They all wonder. The next morning they find out. Turns out it was the pigs sleeping in the beds. The pigs quickly explain, "The commandments say not to sleep in beds with sheets, obviously. Of course we sleep in beds. Everybody sleeps in a bed." The animals have been working tirelessly on the windmill, building and building. But then one night, as the animals go to sleep, a storm comes up. The wind is blowing, and finally, when the animals wake up in the morning, they see that the windmill has crashed and is completely destroyed. Oh no! Napoleon comes up and starts sniffing around. "It was Snowball who did this! Sabotage!" he cries. "Snowball, undermined our work efforts and made it possible for the windmill to be destroyed in the storm. The next day, all of the animals are gathered around the well when Napoleon starts pointing fingers left and right. Snowball was using you, wasn't he? Yeah, I guess he used me. The attack dogs start ripping throats out left and right. Things are getting ugly. All of the other animals are terrified of the attack dogs and back down. None of them dare challenge Napoleon's leadership anymore. Do you want Farmer Jones to come back? Is that what you want? Well, this is what we have to do to make sure that Farmer Jones never comes back and we stay free forever. Wintertime comes, and because the animals have been working so hard on the windmill, there's not enough food to go around. The harvest is a sparse one, and the animals are all hungry. Even though the animals are all hungry and tired, they believe Napoleon has their best interests at heart, so they continue to rebuild the windmill. Brick after lonely brick, they pile it high on the windmill, making the walls extra thick so it can't be sabotaged again. Under Napoleon's directions, rumors start to spread that Snowball was actually a traitor the whole time. Did you hear? At the Battle of Cowshed, Napoleon was on the farmer's side the whole time. But didn't he get wounded, and didn't we give him a Medal of Valor for fighting for us? That was just what he wanted you to think. Later, when all of the animals are gathered at the barn, Squealer steps forward and says, I know we loved to sing that song, Beasts of England, but that was a song for our old era. Now that we are in the new era, we're going to only sing songs of praise for our glorious leader, Napoleon. Yes, that's right. You may only sing songs that glorify me, no more of this Beasts of England song. And by the way, while we're at it, while we're banning things, I think you guys should stop calling me Napoleon and start only referring to me as our leader, because I am your leader and you are the people that follow me. I'm the best. Anyone who says otherwise can talk to my dogs about it. Finally, after a long and tedious struggle, the windmill is completed. The animals are all overjoyed that it is finally finished. Napoleon continues to trade with the humans for goods, but now he's added in more humans to the mix. One of the farmers on the neighboring farm says, I want that lumber you've got there. It's good lumber and I'll buy it off you. There's a lot of haggling and deal making go on. Finally, Napoleon assents, and the farmer gives Napoleon cash for the lumber and takes it off to his own farm. But as the pigs go to count the money in the farmhouse, outrage! The banknotes are fake! It's fake money! We've been scammed! One day, while the animals are all working quietly on their farm, a whole gang of humans bursts into the scene. We've got guns this time! We're coming to take back the farm! The farmers start shooting wildly, but the animals fight back. They're fighting, the struggle is vicious, and they drive them away from the main farm. But then, oh no! What's that man doing over by the windmill? Run away! The animals barely succeed in driving the men off the farm, but there are heavy casualties and many animals lose their lives in the fight. Not to mention the loss of the windmill. We lost the windmill. It doesn't matter. I will work harder. I will work harder. Oh no. Boxer collapses on the ground. The animals rush to help Boxer. Everyone is very worried. The pigs say, not to worry, we'll take care of you. They make a call to one of the humans. Just as Boxer is being pulled off the farm, the donkey Benjamin bursts onto the scene and says, no, wait! They're taking you to the glue factory! No, Boxer, no! All of the animals rush to intervene, but it's too late. Boxer is gone. The pigs vehemently deny that Boxer went to the glue factory. Of course he didn't go to the glue factory. We love our community. We sent him to the vet. Of course, he's just getting better at the vet. The next day, however, some suspicious casks of whiskey are delivered to the farm. It seems like perhaps the pigs used the money from selling Boxer to buy whiskey. The animals wonder to themselves, didn't the commandments say that no animal should drink alcohol? Squealer comes out to reassure them. Of course, that's not what it says. The commandments say no animal shall drink alcohol to excess. Just a little is fine. Yeah, totally fine. Several years go by on the farm. Very few of the animals can remember what life was like when Farmer Jones was around, but things are hard now. The pigs have started doing strange things like walking on two legs and carrying whips. They're starting to seem awfully human. When the animals look at the wall, they no longer see the 7 commandments. Now they only see a sign that says, all animals are equal. But some animals are more equal than others. One night, the pigs are playing poker with some of the farmers from neighboring farms. The animals look from the pigs to the farmers, and they realize they can't tell which is which. The end.